I'm Matt with eTrailer. Today we're going to be talking about the Benton LittleShift Bike Rack on the back of our 2017 GMC Sierra 1500. Now this is going to be a great option if you are looking for a rack that's going to let you use your tailgate all the way where it's not going to make contact and can carry a wide selection of bikes. Now let's take a closer look at how it's sitting back here. Because this is nice because if you have any nicer bikes, anything you don't want to throw in the back of your bed and get that all scuffed up, this can be a nice spot to put it at. So let's start off by talking about how our bikes are going to look back here. So right now, let's say you're on a really bumpy road, some gravel, this is moving around quite a bit. We're not going to make contact with anything back here, your bike's not going to hit anything, or your vehicle is going to make contact with your handlebars, even if it is a mountain bike. Now if you want to take a closer look at this rack, I'm going to take off my bike. To do that, all I have to do is come right over here. You're going to have one strap per tire. And this is pretty easy. That front one done, do the same on the back side. And then I'm going to have one here at the top. And this is unique because where we have this making contact at the moment is the tire. So this is great for your carbon frame bikes or your alternative frame bikes. Now I can also shift this over here and make contact with the frame if I want kind of a better hold. So it's nice that you do have options with this rack. But when I'm done, all I have to do is lift up on it and then I can take it out for a ride. Now you're going to notice we have two cradles on here. They're both going to sit up kind of high and one of them is going to pivot. And it pivoting allows us to have a wider range of wheelbases this works with. Another thing to keep in mind too is this hook I have right here. We want to make sure this stays with our rack. I do like that it comes off, but you don't want to lose it or you can't carry your bikes. And what I'll do is I'll pull it down and stick it right underneath this cradle, so if you're hitting any bumps on the road, it's not going to pop up. I'll also put these straps into place just so it looks a little bit nicer. And from here, you can actually lower our tailgate all the way. You'll see we have about a little bit over an inch of clearance. So even if you put anything heavy back here, it's not going to make contact. Once we're done, put that up. Now something that I like about this is because if you have any heavy e-bikes, throwing it in the back of your bed is going to be kind of a task, lifting it up that high. This is going to be much lower to the ground and it is going to be rated for bikes up to 80 pounds. So you can put those heavy e-bikes back here. But let me give you a quick measurement to see how high that is sitting. And right now, you would have to lift your bikes roughly around 24 inches, which is going to be much better than trying to get it over the side of your bed. Now with that said, our truck is just slightly lifted up today. So you might have to lift yours maybe not as high. But something else to think about that is what our ground clearance is going to be. So right now our ground clearance is going to be a little bit under 21 inches. So that's plenty of room. Even if you do have a heavy e-bike back here, you're not going to make ground contact. And something else that's going to be a factor of that is how far away this is sitting. So from our back bumper to the back of the carrier, this is going to be a little bit under 20 inches, which is pretty compact. Now it is something to still think about if you're in a tight spot like a garage or a parking lot. And something I like about this personally, this is pretty rare for bike racks, but you have this step point right here. So you want to have this grip. So let's say I want access to my bed, but I'm having issues lifting or reaching over the sides. I can just step right here and grab what I need from that point. And I feel like I have a pretty good hold of it. Now, with this being a rack that doesn't tilt or fold, it's going to make it more sturdy and it's not going to block anything. So our license plate, or our backup camera, our tail lights, and our back window will not be obstructed. And the way this is going to install is we're going to have a 2-inch shank, and that's going to go right into our 2-inch hitch receiver. We're going to have an anti-rattle bolt that goes through and connects to the other side with a nut and a clip. And the anti-rattle bolt is going to make sure this has a really good hold so it's not really shaking or rattling around in our receiver. Now, in my opinion, I think this is going to be a solid choice because I do compare this to a lot of other one bike racks out there. This is going to be pretty affordable, and it can carry a lot of different types of bikes too. It's going to feel really sturdy, and it's something that's definitely going to last a long time. Now, if I was going to recommend anything else, there's the Quad Piston SR rack. That's going to be a much more premium one, but it is going to look a little bit more sleek, and it's going to be a little bit easier to handle. It just really depends if you want something that looks a little bit nicer, or you're just looking for something for utilitarian aspects. Now, of course, if you guys have any other questions, please let us know here at eTrailer. And again, I'm Matt, and thanks for watching.